Last time on Thursday Night Therapy, our heroes left Goat's Head and ventured out onto the open ocean of the Fever Sea. Some conversation was had with Croup and Tally concerning possible prey, as well as the subject of needed crew. Torrin tried and failed to copy a spell into her spellbook, and Des started a new brew using one of the ingredients he picked up in Goat's Head. Apart from that, they had a clear day of sailing and ended with a warm meal as evening arrived. With full bellies and warm hearts, they settled to sleep. Lani, however, was woken in the dead of night to the sound of clambering on deck. He lifted his head and spotted a Sahuagin step onto the deck, followed by a second climbing over the portside rail. Rising from his position, with his maul in hand, he let out a cry, running towards the intruders. As he did, yet another creature arose from the sea, though significantly larger than the rest, and sporting a second pair of arms. Battle commenced, the noise waking the rest of the crew as Lani ploughed into the fish-like foes before him. Torrin exited the captain's quarters with her zombies in tow, and Des and Dev dashed up from below deck, just in time to see the first enemy hit the floor, dead from Lani's maul. Torrin closed and locked the door to below deck, preventing any of the crew from reaching the deck, while Devvie skewered an attacking Sahuagin. 3 more arose at the starboard side. The zombies were released, spells were cast, and fists were thrown. Seeing his companions drop, the assumed leader seemingly decided to retreat was wise, and dashed from deck, diving into the water. Desi, like a rabid dog, chased its prey and dove into the water behind it, torpedoing down into the darkness, thrashing his fists wildly, but unable to make any significant damage. As his eyes adjusted, he could just make out the shape of a large hammerhead shark before him. The Sahuagin leader sat upon its back, thrusting its coral-tipped trident towards him. The wound was deep, and the skin around it immediately began to stiffen and harden. Luckily, the DM forgot to add the additional damage dice to the result, and Des survived the attack and was not turned to stone. The Sahuagin creature used this opportunity, kicked his shark into action, and disappeared into the darkness, forgetting that he could have done that telepathically. As it left, Desi fired 2 eldritch blasts, but was of course unable to know if he was successful or not. Beside him, splashing into the water, came Lani, his maul illuminated with one of Torrin's spells, and moments later Devvie joined the party. Des pointed in the direction of the Sahuagin's escape, and the 3 of them began swimming, with Lani holding up his maul like an anglerfish. The trio swam, and not far, until they saw a shape in front of them. 3 shapes, in fact, moving quickly towards them. And that's where we'll pick up this week. Oh.
I can't help but feel there's a bit of shade being thrown in there somewhere, DM.
Yeah, mostly at myself.
Oh yeah, there is that. But still.
Yeah, as you noticed, I forgot a couple of things last week. One of them was that I forgot to add the additional dice for the weapon damage, because the weapon does extra damage against humans, which I didn't maximize because of the critical hit. And I also forgot that Sahuagins can communicate telepathically with sharks, so he could have done that to
Well,
get him moving. But as Richard mentioned, Lani forgot to use his Sentinel feat. So
we all forgot things.
theoretically,
I used the feat but forgot the effect.
forgot that. Yeah, he would have. It would have reduced his movement to 0, and he wouldn't have been able to escape. But I already said I'm not going to go back and retcon something that happened a week ago. So this is the situation we currently find ourselves in.
There.
And in that case, I'd like you all to roll initiative, please.
Yay! For the final time.
Yeah.
Hope not. Oh, well now you roll a 20.
Natural 20.
I would like to ask, Mr. DM, sir.
Oh, what has happened?
You didn't clear the turn order?
I did clear it. Now suddenly it's not clear again. Okay.
I will hold off on rolling my initiative for a moment.
Okay. 1 second. So Devvie rolled a 23, so the 4 is incorrect. Torrin didn't roll, correct?
Correct.
Lani rolled a
16. So the 15.
16. And Desi, you rolled a
15.
16?
15.
15. Okay, so the 12 is correct. And these two are dead. Torrin, you may now roll. And
Wonderful.
you had something to say?
I did, with my initiative of 8 coming through. How deep below the surface are my friends?
I'm going
And
to say
can I see any light coming from them? As it's midnight and fucking pitch black.
It's about 30-40 feet that they are down.
Cool.
But due to the light, I mean, you're not going to be able to perfectly make them out, but you can see the light moving slowly away from the boat underneath the water. So you know roughly where Lani is, at least.
Yeah. I know the general direction of at least one of my friends, and that's about it. Cool. About 40 foot down and a good 40 feet away from me.
Yeah. So I'm gonna. You're not even going to be able to see the sharks.
Sorry?
You're not going to be able to see the sharks. So
I have no fucking clue what's happening.
Yeah.
All I see is that light spell just disappearing into the inky blackness.
I have you on screen and you have an initiative just to keep things proper. But
Wonderful.
As things stand, I don't know what you're going to do except stand there.
I'm going to stand there, and if something happens that I can do something about, I'll do it. And if not, I will sit here and wait for my friends to die.
I'm going to stand here and fret.
Oh, it's not fretting, it's... Well, guess I've got a ship.
Also, before we continue, just to point out to everyone, lads, she said we were her friends. Isn't that nice as we're about to die?
Nice, yeah.
She wouldn't say it to you.
You weren't there to hear it, though, unfortunately.
Yeah, I know.
Yep. You are none the wiser how she feels about you.
Hatred, nothing but hatred.
There's probably a fair amount of that.
Shall we commence?
Yes.
No.
So, you've been swimming away from the boat, hopefully trying to find this large Sahuagin. And as I said last week, you see something coming out of the gloom in front of you. And then as it comes within range of Lani's light, illuminated enough that you can see it, you see 3 sharks swimming towards you.
Okay.
You will actually, in the light, notice these are also wearing some sort of, like, harness rig.
Okay. My first action is going to be to swim over to my brother. And I'm going to take 2 potions of greater healing.
Oh.
And put them in his hand.
Oh.
And then I am going to swim directly behind Lani. Like, just imagine I'm kind of like back to back with Lani, or like touching his back. And I am going to use my bonus action to hide behind him.
Oh, amazing.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Devin.
I mean, okay.
As a rogue should. I mean, I don't know how that works in water, but
Yeah, I mean, yeah, all right. I mean, I'm considering the situation. I mean, it always feels a bit weird hiding from something while they can see you hide.
I know, but I don't know.
You're Lani's a large bloke. You're in gloomy water, and they are sharks.
Yeah.
They're not particularly smart.
That's what I was thinking. They're probably aiming for the biggest bit of meat.
You're at least out of view.
Yeah.
For the moment.
Yeah. Because I can't move any further towards them because I've used all my movement, and my action was to give him potions. I can't really do anything else, so I'm just gonna sit and wait.
Okay. So, I am okay. Good. So that's your turn.
Yep, that's my turn. So,
as usual, now that we've actually started, I've remembered all the things that I should have looked up before, but I'll have to do it on the fly. So, Lani, that brings us to you.
Okay. So if I were to swim forward towards the shark, if I were to tow Devvie with me, would that count as half movement?
I would say yes.
If he were clinging on to me and I did it, would it still count the same?
Well, he didn't say he was clinging on to you.
Okay,
So-
well,
And even
sorry,
then,
Devvie.
I mean, he's going to slow you down, so...
that's okay.
Sorry, Devvie.
That's fine. That's absolutely fine. Well, I wanted to move towards them at some point anyway, so...
Well, so from where I was, which was here, I believe it was, if I would have gone without you, I could get to the shark. If I've gone with you...
Press Control Z.
Doesn't
Nothing.
do
Do anything.
Oh.
No,
Yeah,
I
it doesn't
was... From there back to there was 30 foot, so I was there.
You were here.
Well, I was here, but it was 30 feet from wherever I was, so I was there.
It was this square.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but if you're dragging him, it's going to be half movement.
So what I'm saying is, sorry, Devvie, I'm not dragging you because I want to get to that shark.
Right, okay. No, fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes more sense.
No, that's right.
He obviously comes out as
Just the fact of Devvie hiding behind Lani and Lani just going,
Nope.
fuck this, and just swimming off. As Lani closes into the sharks, he will flicker eyes red, rage once again as he swarms in. I am going to go reckless, so it gives me advantage. And because I'm advancing more than 20 feet, I think it is, or 15 feet, this will be with a savage assault as well if this hit.
he's going to murder a
Before
shark.
you roll,
Yeah.
hang on a sec. Do you have a swim speed?
Yes.
Okay.
So that's straight roll, but reckless with advantage, correct?
Yes.
A 14 to hit.
14 will hit.
16 damage.
Okay.
Second attack. You still alive?
Yes. No, it seems strange.
18 to hit.
I'm more underwater, but yes, that definitely hits.
17 damage.
Yeah. So, strangely, despite lugging this big heavy object around underwater, you're able to swing it with enough force that you are actually able to knock this shark out.
Nice.
Excuse me.
All right.
At the shock of
Yeah.
Lani swinging a very heavy maul underwater.
He gets very upset when people kill his sharks.
Yeah.
And that will end my turn.
Okay. Then Desi brings us to you. I can't believe you all rolled higher than the sharks.
Actually, no, wait, one sec. And I will move
Too late!
10, 20 feet.
I hadn't started mine
10
yet.
feet closer.
Right, DM, using a potion, is that a bonus action?
Yes.
Right, okay. What's the greater healing?
4d4 plus 4.
Well, 1 second.
Okay.
Well,
Is this one of the potions you bought from
I knew this
Oh
was coming.
no!
that you got in the sale?
Yes.
Oh no!
Okay, before you do anything, can you roll a d6, please?
Oh no!
Oh.
6.
Ooh.
Okay, then you may. The potion. Then go ahead and roll the.
What was it? 4d4 plus 4.
4d4 plus 4
4d4.
with a potion of greater healing.
4d4. Which we get all ones.
Don't say that.
8.
15. Not too shabby at all. Thank you, brother.
Good.
Beautiful. Right. Well, sighting down, looking at the expanding cloud of blood that's now surrounding Lani, I am going to target this one with an Eldritch Blast.
Which one? Sorry, the one on the right.
This one, yeah.
Okay.
Eldritch Blast. Just for wind resistance. Yeah. Gee. 21 and 14.
Fuck me, they're both hit.
Excellent. That'll be 14 force damage.
14. Okay.
Both my attacks did less than with
I
Lani's
don't know
first
if I asked you this before. What do your Eldritch Blasts actually look like?
They have a blue. Basically they look a bit like lightning, except that they're not.
They look like
Okay.
PQs.
Yes.
Okay. So, but I don't know. Then I kind of picture this slightly spiraling, crackling bolt of blue energy. Yeah, that flies through the water, illuminating the water around it as it flies
Yep.
over Lani's shoulder, connecting with the shark.
If you've
Two solid hits.
Yeah,
Go on.
if you've ever played Soul Reaver, then it looks very much like the Revenant Soul Reaver blade that Raziel has on his hand. There you go. There's a mental image for you.
Okay, very cool. It is still alive though.
That is my turn.
That is your turn. Okay, then that brings us to this shark's turn. And I'm just going to do this. I think makes the most sense.
Num 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 num.
I'm going to lean into Lani. And
Yes, that will hit.
16 hits.
22 will definitely hit. Yes.
It's advantage because he reckless.
Oh, that's true. It's reduced to 1 damage. Yeah, I think they're probably a bit larger on the map than they technically would be. But then again, you guys are, so I did it for scale. If they were only 1 square big, they look puny. But if I put them down, you're like
Little fishies.
yeah, you'd be like, oh fuck. I could take 20 of those.
So I feel bad for killing them.
So yeah, you take 1 point of damage, and that's all he can do actually. So the other one is going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, it just makes it to you.
Low.
Oh.
Well.
Well.
So does it get advantage?
No, strangely, sharks don't have blood frenzy. So no, it doesn't get advantage. So you lucky boy.
I am very lucky. Yay.
Torrin.
Okay. So I've seen a couple of streaks of light fly in a direction from the
Yeah,
Eldritch
you would have seen
Blast.
It's kind of like diffused by the murky water, and but you would have seen 2 bolts fly out, yeah. Which would, of course, help you to pinpoint roughly where Desi is, because I mean, I think you would only assume that it's come from him.
But they are still 40 feet down and 40 feet away. Which means I am going to
Haste frantically.
Swear a lot.
That's 3 actions.
I'm going to cast Thaumaturgy and shout to the crew. All hands on deck. Officers in the water, be prepared for boarders.
Did you unlock the door?
I didn't lock it. I just held it.
Oh, you didn't lock it. You just.
I didn't lock it.
The shooter
That's
stood
true.
in front of
Okay.
it saying, "Don't come out."
I did.
I got off.
So I'm going to cast Thaumaturgy and shout. Officers in the water! All hands on deck, prepare for boarders! The wildlife's fucking nasty!
Okay, as you call this, the door does very quickly open. Fronted actually by Albert, who has a sword in hand, closely followed by Sandara and then the rest of the crew. They pour out onto the deck. They immediately see these dead bodies of these fish characters. There's a puzzled look on their face, but they look up, see you, don't see anybody else, and run up. Most of them run up to you and start looking out onto the water, obviously being able to see the glow of them all, although it's getting quite distant for you now. And they can clearly see you looking down into the water.
Yeah.
And Albert reaches you and just grasps, what the fuck's going on?
Wildlife. They suck.
Oh,
Have a
see
look at
that.
those fuckers on deck. And I will look past him to look for Sandara.
She was closely behind him. She
Okay.
was the second on deck.
If I have a moment, I will say, Sandara might need you. And if everybody is gulping, I will also shout again, get to fucking work! Come on! And make them actually get to their posts and do what I've told them to do.
Okay, they spread out, start looking for possible enemies, and generally spread themselves fairly evenly amongst the ship. I'm gonna say that's all we're gonna manage in
Yep,
this turn.
that's all I would want to do at that particular point.
Lanny,
Yeah, Sharky fuckface. He's gonna get it.
What? What about me?
I know, it should be...
There a
it should
shark
be
after me.
Devvie. Devvie
sorry.
first.
Oh no, he died. Never mind.
Sorry, Dev. I think I must have pressed the button twice.
It's
Yeah, sorry, it's you, Dev.
So this sharky, fishy bastard coming towards me is going to need to make a deception check against my insight.
Oh fuck!
Hopefully, it does not beat a 17, being a fish. Unless it's exceedingly wily.
-3.
Right, well, then all of my attacks are sneak attacks against him. So, with my... I believe I had the Tidewater Cutlass in hand. I'm going to strike, hopefully. 18 to hit.
That definitely hits.
Okay, so that
Oh
is
my.
9 slashing damage and 12 sneak attack damage.
Oof. Okay,
21
you
total.
thrust your sword forward. Your point catches it just under the chin, and you feel it slide forward. You pull it out, and you can see that it's obviously very injured, and the blood is now seeping out. But you still see movement.
Okay, and I would like to use my dragon skin dagger to do an offhand attack.
Mm-hmm.
It would be minus my...
You used your bonus action to do your
Oh, I did.
cycle
I did.
fighting.
I did.
Offhand is bonus.
Very true. In that case, I am just going to... and I can't disengage because that's a bonus action as well. Okay, I'm going to have to stay. And... yeah, I'm just going to have to stay and fight. So I'll ready myself for its attack.
Okay, that brings us to you then, Lanny.
Okay, dodging the sharks. Attempted a bite. I'm going to take another swing, or I take a swing at this one with a reckless attack. A 27 to hit.
Yes,
13 damage.
that kills it.
And turning on his heels, turn
On his heels.
20, the proverbial turn, and darting towards this shark, with a second attack of 25 for 19 damage.
Fuck me. Well, it was on 1 health, so this shark also dies. And as you're underwater, they immediately start to sink and disappear relatively quickly into the gloom below your feet, leaving the three of you just kind of bobbing under the water.
So on the ship, they would have seen the vague light in the distance, and then it dart back quite quickly, and then impact here.
Okay.
Having killed the last shark, Lanny come over between the other two and go and kind of point upwards, like, let's go.
I'm just going to perceive that message and leave with all haste towards the ship.
Well, I'm going straight up to the surface.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, straight up to the surface first.
Yep. You break the surface of the water. Torrin, you see, in relative quick succession, all three of them appear at the surface of the water.
I will shout for Albert to throw a rope.
Yeah, you've got a couple of men stationed here. Albert's actually stood right next to you, rope in hand, anticipating what was about to happen. He throws down a rope to the three of you.
I would shout as they're doing it. Are you safe? Are there more?
I wanted to get the big fucker. If we
Yeah,
don't,
he got away.
yeah. If we don't, they're just going to keep coming back. This is the second time we've seen these.
I'm going to hold an action for Toll the Dead in case anything pops up.
Okay.
Let's get out of the water at least. That big thing got away, but I think some sharks that maybe associate with them came after us. I don't know.
Yeah. Would you
They
see
had
it?
like
Yeah.
rigs on or something.
They had harnesses on. Means that they were tame.
That last one went down really easy. Devvie, did you do a number on that one?
Oh yeah, I reckon I opened something vital up.
Ugh. Bloody hell. Good. Right, let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Oh, back to the rope.
Alright, if you're all swimming back to the ship,
Yeah.
can you all make a note of your hit points? Because I'm going to switch back to the other map.
Yes.
Yes.
Ready?
Yeah. Mhm.
1, 2, 3.
Like magic.
There we go.
Indeed.
Oh, I've only got to change it 1 point.
What?
I've only got to change mine 1 point.
I didn't take
Oh, it
any
was
damage,
up
so.
Oh, you put the zombies back in there.
Yeah, the
They're back in the
zombies.
cabin.
The
Yeah, the
zombies
zombies
went
are back
back in the cabin.
All right, I'll just-
Specifically, before I got everybody
Yeah.
on deck.
I did remember you saying that. So, as I said, I think Albert would have been up here. God. Albert and Sandara were here. They help you onto deck. And Albert looks at you all almost accusingly. He's like, what the fuck was going on?
Right, so these scaly bastards boarded us, and we killed them all. But the leader got away, and we were just.
Yeah, that's not exactly what I mean. I mean, why the fuck were you keeping us below deck when there's obviously problems up here?
Because we had it handled.
Yeah, we don't want to risk the crew when we are, here to make sure nothing bad happens to you.
You sure about that? He says, pointing at the large holes in your waistcoat, which are currently still bleeding.
Oh, he's fine.
Sandara, can you check him?
Of course.
Hello, Sendar, my love.
Let me have a look then.
Yeah, just a regular be fine, thanks.
Okay. As you now pay a little bit more to attention to it, you can feel that the skin around the wounds from this trident in your torso. It's almost like, it's not like scabby, but it's like crackly almost when you move The skin has become very rigid. But she puts her hands upon you. And you
Oh, wow.
regain 16 hit points.
Lovely.
Lani, you also seem to have taken a number of...
I feel all right, but certainly
No, I
a
can help you. And she puts her hands on you too.
perfect. Thank you.
And then she turns to the dead creatures. Isn't this what we fought before?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
killed a few of these last time.
these are the things that had you and Rosie. Are they not?
No, those are Grindelows.
Same
No,
fucking thing, aren't they? They're
Well-
slimy assholes that live in the sea.
No, these
Well,
are much bigger.
yeah, they are. I think I mentioned before. I think you
hate
can.
them all equally.
I think you can think of Grindylows more as like the goblins, whereas
Right.
these are more like sea orcs.
Gotcha.
They're definitely bigger and a little bit more
Orcs, maybe.
Well,
What's the
Torrin
word?
would know that. I clearly don't.
militant. Is probably the wrong word to use, but yeah.
Right. Now I've got
Fucking
a plan for
disgusting
these wankers.
pricks.
I've got a plan for these.
Throw
Right.
them overboard?
No. These here, and I motion to the dead bodies. And I say, these are all part of the plan. Right. Have we got any empty
For
barrels?
once, this is not the plan that I'm part of.
Drag them from the back. Yeah, I kind of get what you mean, Devvie.
Yeah. So we're gonna need. I mean, these corpses are a gift, right? So what we need to do is we need to decant their essences into barrels.
Oh my god.
I am already gone and staring over the edge, looking for any other fuckers
Yeah.
that are coming at us.
Albert looks at you sideways like, you ain't fucking planning to eat these things, are you?
No, not at all. No. The what we don't use in the plan that can go overboard. But right, so we need the blood in barrels, right?
These things even have blood, is the only problem.
Well,
Uh,
they are creatures
more like
of organic origin. They
black.
must.
black fish pus, more like.
Well, blood's blood, you know. Anyway,
You
we
can
need-
see from their wounds that they've received that they do bleed. It's kind of like it's a dark, almost greenish, acrid type of blood, but they seem to bleed.
right. So we need that, right? Right. Decant that into barrels, and then we skin them, right? And we display the skins on either side of the ship as a warning to others of their kind.
As I mentioned, the whole crew, except for Croup, I think, stood on deck, and most of them are just gulping slightly, eyebrows raised. Except for Cogwood, who hearing your ideas says, "Oh yeah, that would be fucking cool, wouldn't it?"
Well, yeah, it would be fucking cool. It would make people fear us, and hopefully these fishy bastards won't come back when they see the skins of their brothers up on the side of our ship.
Or make us a target. You hear over her shoulder as she stares into the water.
Yeah,
Concubar
don't-
pipes in. Won't that smell a little bit after a while?
Not after they've dried out under the sun for a few days. It's like tanning a hide.
Have you? Is this something you've done before?
I mean, there are tanners in towns. I'm assuming that this can be done with most animal skins, right?
I've skinned many a beast before, but not something like this.
Well,
You know, we just left a port, right?
yes.
And we weren't planning on going back anytime soon.
Let me conduct my experiments, and if it really is too bloody smelly, I will chuck them overboard. But let's give it a try.
Who am I to stop experiments? Go for it.
Well, I mean, it's still the middle of the night. I think we should at least put them aside for now.
Oh yeah. Put them in the hold or something. We'll put them in barrels and keep them all locked up tight.
And then, you lot get the rest of your shut-eye, and I'll take a watch on the deck tonight.
Yeah, maybe we should actually have a watch on deck. Who was supposed to be on watch?
Well, I was up here. I was awake. I was the first one here. It came up quite quick.
I mean, fair. Yeah, okay, I'll give you that.
I only had one eye closed.
Okay. Let's maybe not have any eyes closed if you're on watch.
Look,
I've
had a few hours
Yes,
sleep.
Captain, of course, Captain, but shit me.
I'll come up on deck, don't worry. I'll sit in the crow's nest and keep a good watch over everything.
Then let's hop to it. Let's get these moved, get put somewhere, whatever we're going to do. Let's make it happen.
Yeah.
Let's sleep on it at least.
Cork, would you mind helping out with this?
Yeah. I'll help. What do you want me to do?
Well, let's find some barrels from down below and bring them up so we can chuck these bastards in them.
Yeah, all right. You, all right, yeah, I'll do that.
Yep.
He runs off to grab some barrels.
Dev goes with him. Dev's doing it as well because it's kind of his idea, so he'll take responsibility.
As they're starting, Torrin would summon Zima from her coat and transfer the light spell from the maul onto the leather loop on her leg, and she will start flying around to give people light rather than being on the maul.
I was quite enjoying that. I like that. You do that again some point, Torrin.
Yeah, maybe let's not do the whole jumping into the ocean at midnight, because yeah, that's not a good idea. And you turning to look at Des. Why is every little bit of trouble stemmed from you?
Right, normally I would enjoy this little back and forth that we have, and I look forward to it. It is the highlight of my day most of the time. However, in this particular instance, there was a method behind my madness, right? We've
He
already
jumped
seen
off the ship. We
we've
were
already-
done.
We have already seen these things, right? On that sunken ship before. We fought them there. This one comes on board and says it's come for whatever fucking thing it was talking about. Oh, you give us it back, whatever. Which means that they've got a hard on for us for something that we've taken apparently. Which means that they're going to keep coming back. So my thinking is that we take out the head of this one and the rest of them will fuck off. Yeah? So I saw that Lanny had done a number on him. He was bleeding out of his arse. Jumped over the side. I thought I'd go down and stop him.
While I appreciate the intent, it's midnight. It's fucking dark. And none of us can see shit without magic.
Yeah, well...
And it looks like he did a massive fucking number on you.
It was
Looking
a
at the
lucky
whole-
shot.
The one lucky shot can kill you.
Yeah, well, fair. I know. I get it, alright? But, in this particular instance, I don't like the idea of being out here in the middle of all this fucking nowhere where these little fuckers can come up any time. We don't know what they've got down there. He was riding a shark. He was riding a hammerhead shark.
I'm sorry, what now?
Yeah, the big one.
I got down there. He was sat on the back of a hammerhead shark, harness and everything, right? Which means they can use the local wildlife. This time it was a shark. What if he pops up with a fucking kraken?
If he pops up with a fucking kraken, it doesn't matter whether we're in the water or on the ship, we're dead.
That's my point. So my point is that we take him out before he's able to do anything else. So I was thinking of it. All right.
But you jumped into the water not knowing what was there, and then you came face to face with a shark.
Well,
And 3 more sharks. I took them
What?
out.
Fuck!
Thank you, Lanny.
Four sharks! 4 sharks! You jumped into the water, into the fucking darkness, and you came face to face with 4 fucking sharks.
Oh, they're just fish.
I say as I'm walking up with a barrel.
Oh, Merkel alive, you're going to be the death of me.
I put the barrel down and I walk up to Torrin and go, look, Torrin, look at me. And I spread my arms and I twirl around and I say, look,
Is there a mark on me?
No.
Yeah,
Is there a giant fucking hole in your brother? Yes.
He got really unlucky, but he
was
was
unlucky.
fine.
That's fine.
Really unlucky gets people killed.
Yeah, but there were 2 of
it's
us
not
with him.
this time. Yeah. Right? It was one lucky shot, right? And I appreciate lucky shots can get you killed. It didn't in this instance, right? I had every faith that someone else would be joining me very shortly, and they did. We're a team. Now, I admit that I went off by myself. It was a spur of the moment thing. I saw my opportunity, I took it. It was a mistake. I am willing to admit that. But if what had gone down, what I wanted to go down, it probably would have saved us a lot of headache further down the line. Alright? And savour this, apologise. Right? For going off by myself. That's it. That's the end of it.
Fucking
And
hell.
I appreciate that. And I'm going to remember that for a very long time because you're really fucking stubborn. But fuck. Just... Ugh.
Alright, it's enough excitement. Come on. Let's all calm down.
I need a drink.
You go then. There's, you can do what you want now. Danger's past and all that. Fine.
I say as I
And-
start dumping one of them into a barrel.
Actually, bruv, before we do that, I'm just gonna take a little vial of blood and see what I can make out of it.
Oh, yeah, you carry on.
What are these called again, Sean?
Hogan.
Hogan.
I was thinking,
Hogan. You spell it. Shall I spell it out for you?
yes, please.
Nathan's doing it. Yeah, there we go.
The Hogan.
Hogan.
Des, I mean, that's a good point. When that big fucker jumped off the side, he said, "We've come for what is ours."
Yeah, something like that.
I mean, is it something we took from the ship we were on before? I mean, wasn't there that little metallic thing, that little bit of ore or something? Would that be what they want, or is there something more?
Must be.
They're fish people. Why do they want ore?
I don't know.
Who knows? But
Or,
the point is that he came after us. They know that we got something that they want, which means they're
The only
going to
other-
keep coming.
there was
Are
only
the
one other
crew
thing I
watching us
saw.
have this conversation?
Sorry.
Are the crew listening and watching us have this conversation, or are they doing
most
their
of them,
jobs?
most of them have dispersed. Kirkwood is with Devvie carrying a barrel. The only person really hanging around is Albert, who's just kind of stood there, quite sternly, and is almost his brow is giving you like quite a serious look at the moment.
Yeah, I'm going to get to him in a second.
But he hasn't made any move to leave at the moment.
Yeah, all right, Albert. We're not selling
Yeah.
tickets, mate, right? Do you want to
Sorry, what?
fuck off?
Do I want to what?
Fuck off.
Well, I was kind of interested in what was going on because I don't know. I'm grateful for what you did in that, but I'm starting to get the feeling you haven't got a fucking clue what you're doing.
Very astute of you.
Right. Albert, you have permission to speak very plainly and very clearly. Say what you must now, and we'll either deal with it now, or if it's too much to deal with now, we will deal with it in the morning. But say your piece.
Well, I told you I would come with you as part of your crew. I mean, as I said, I am grateful for what you've done, and I do feel like I owe you something. But if I'm being honest, it was partly a choice made of necessity. I mean, look, and he kind of looks down and pulls at his shirt, and like, this is literally all I own right now, and I'm not even sure this is mine. I don't really have much choice. Now I'm happy to stay for a while at least, under your command, but I'm just starting to think you might be a bit of a liability.
Run that by me one more time.
Which part did you not
or
understand?
what is a liability?
Yeah, you
and
guys.
to what end?
As I said, I'm starting to get the feeling you guys aren't exactly sure of what you're doing. Have any of you ever actually captained a ship before?
I've rocked up again with another barrel, and I kind of interject, and I'll be like,
finally someone who fucking gets it. Yes. But no. But yes. Look. Through some inexperience, shall we say, a number of us made things difficult in Goat's Head, which is why we had to leave pretty early on. So, I mean, I was going to ask you this when you were a bit more ready and a bit more recovered, but at the moment, Tally is kind of a consultant on the current goings on of the piratical world. We didn't ask you because you've got some years to catch up on in terms of current affairs, but in terms of sheer piracy, if you're up for it, I would like you to also cover a position of second consultant. I mean,
He nods at this.
you would be paid a little bit extra, more than the rest of the crew for this position.
That sounds alright for the moment.
I'll be honest with you, if I was a seasoned pirate and I woke up and found myself part of this ramshackle crew, I would probably jump overboard as well. But your choices are yours to make. You are a free man, don't have to stay with us, but just keep us in mind as a potential audience for when you finally feel like you want to catch up with Aragon, because we want ringside seats, so to speak.
Yeah, Albert, I think we all agreed. We've all got quite a lot of respect for you. Hearing some of your backstory, obviously not everything, but we've heard quite a few things, and how you were pretty screwed over. We want to help you, but also use you to our advantage as well, if we may.
I will stay as long as it makes sense, if I'm being honest. I'll help you out. But if it ever gets to the point where I feel like this is just a fucking waste of time, then I'm going to be off.
I think that's fair. What do you lot think?
Yeah, whatever. As long as you keep out of the way. If you've got any particularly useful information, or you're obviously welcome to speak up. But don't go getting any ideas that the ship might be better off under your command.
There was a slight smirk at this. Says, no, don't worry. You can have this one. But I don't know when it'll be, but there will come a day when I've made enough money to set off on my own. And I don't know, maybe enough to pay you guys off so that I feel like my debt is repaid.
Maybe there might be an alliance down the line, Albert. Some
well,
sort.
Depends how you guys get on, I suppose.
We know we're new at this. But this is literally our, third day at sea with our own ship and our own crew that's actually ours. There's going to be teething problems, but we're going to get there.
Yeah. Talking to crew, he says, as he's almost now turning to leave. Like, talking to crew, we need more.
We know.
We got are fucking useless anyway.
We know.
And he starts walking off.
Bye.
And disappears.
Turn to the
Or is
others
it
and
on
be
this
like, right, now, he's got a potential to go either way, so let's try and keep him on side, alright?
Much rather. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't trust him.
Oh no, I mean, you'd
Do you
be
trust
foolish
anybody?
if you did.
Yeah, I trust my brother. I kind of trust you. Definitely trust Lanny.
Thanks, Des.
Kind of trust is good enough. At least for now.
I mean, I trust you that, you probably won't kill me in my sleep.
I won't kill you in your sleep. If I was going to kill you, I'd do it in front of you.
Yeah, I thought that'd be the case.
Before Devvie sticks all these sahohangans in these barrels,
Yeah.
do they have anything upon them?
Nothing of any real worth. They don't really wear anything, except for
didn't
just
think
like
so.
some like seaweed rags. And
Nothing in their
weapons-
deep sea orc butts.
No, no. And their weapons are very kind of ramshackle.
Yeah.
These aren't manufactured weapons. So there's nothing that's going to be really of any value to you.
Cool.
Devvie, while you're lugging the second Sahugan into the barrel, the Cogwood says to you, you're going to skin these, right?
Yeah. Know anything in that area?
No, but can I help?
Yeah, of course.
I mean, I've never skinned anything like this before. But
Well, neither have I, so it'll be a learning experience for both of us. We can help each other.
yeah. I mean, I've done like some animals. Pigs.
I've done a deer or two in my time, but
Yeah.
I can't imagine they're that much different.
I don't know.
Oh,
We'll find out. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll find out tomorrow. Our plan is we'll skin them and hang the skins from the mast, just to air them out and dry them off a bit.
Yeah. You see his eyes kind of light up, and he grins at this. Yeah, that'll be fucking gruesome.
Yeah. It'll give people some second thoughts about messing with us, eh?
Yeah. Cool.
I'd like to see some animation from you, Corkwood. This is nice. I think I'm starting to get a feel for what makes you tick, and
Oh yeah.
reminds me a bit of myself.
All right. Cool.
Well, you best go get some sleep, son. We've got a busy day over us tomorrow. Lots of skinning to be done.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. I'll see you tomorrow.
What?
And he
Sleep
runs
tight.
off below deck, leaving the four of you now alone.
But
I'm going to come back out of the captain's quarters with a rather large glass of wine.
down here, you lot can go get some shut eye if you want. I'm gonna sit in the crow's nest and ponder the evening's events, and keep a lookout, of course.
Okay. So are the rest of you retiring to finish your rest?
I am going to probably sit out on deck with my large glass of wine, looking out as well, before I then go into captain's quarters and do some spells before I go to sleep.
Okay. So, despite the pause, I think you can still finish your long rest. I think as long as it's less than an hour. Is that right? I think that's right.
Yeah, you're the DM. You can decide.
Oh,
It's up to
Yeah.
you. There's no specific rulings for.
I think I remember reading that you can actually interrupt a long rest, and as long as it's
as long as you get your
like
full
less
8
than an
hours.
hour. Yeah, exactly. But that is an exception for you, Devvie, because
Yes.
this is now the second night in a row
Ooh.
that you haven't had a long
Yeah.
rest.
Ooh.
Yes.
So can I have a Constitution check from you, please? No, a saving throw.
Yes, of course.
Oh,
Natural
fuck.
1.
Well,
Oh,
shit.
dear.
For a total of 1.
One. So that's a level of exhaustion for you.
Wondrous.
Yeah, you can still get a short rest though, as you sit or stand up in the crow's rest. I assume you are. In fact, I was going to say, give me a perception check first before you add the level of exhaustion, because that will affect it. But I'm going to say you're not technically exhausted until.
Okay. This is weird. So, my perception is +8, but my passive perception is 18.
Yes.
Oh, 19.
Why is that weird? Why is that weird?
Oh, no, I guess, no, it's not weird, is it? Okay.
Nope, that's exactly what I was expecting.
19.
Okay. So you look out, gazing onto the water. Your eyes are drawn to both sides and eventually to the horizon, looking ever further away for any signs of returning Sahuagin. The only thing you do notice in the wee hours of the morning is a faint green glow
Faint
on the
green
horizon.
glow.
Have we seen this
Again.
before?
Yeah, we had this before.
You have seen something like a green glow before.
Which direction again?
At the moment,
Yeah.
I'm going to say off the port bow.
The port bow, which is left, correct?
Yes.
And we're heading southwest.
West. Yeah.
So,
from the southern, but from a southerly direction.
oh, from south.
Yep. But it fades relatively quickly, and other than that, the night is without any event,
Okay.
and you reach morning. The rest of you may all take a long rest.
Can I just say what I was doing with my spells and things in the
Of course.
evening?
Yes.
I would have been casting Animate Dead on the 2 remaining bodies that are in my care.
So you now
Shall
have
we
4.
say? I now have 4. I have 2 standard zombies, and I have Plug and Wilhelm.
Okay. Okay.
So I have 3 third-level spell slots. I will cast 2 to cast Animate Dead, to turn them into zombies, and then I will cast my 3rd to reassert control over all 4 of the creations. So they're now under 1 spell control.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
But these 2 normal zombies are... excuse me. Not, yeah, they don't have any of the extra stuff. They are just zombies.
Yeah, they don't have the chainmail and stuff.
They don't have chainmail, and they don't have robes necessarily. So they're just going to be covered in a sheet while they sit on the floor.
Okay. Fair enough.
Do you remember the any races or descriptors of either of these zombies so that I can name them in my...
Oh, they were both human.
Okay.
I mean, one is the is one of the sailors that Devvie, not sailors, one of the people from Goat's Head that he offed, and the other one is the pirate under Wilhelm's command. So they were both human.
Cool. Drunk zombie and pirate zombie.
Yep.
Excellent. I have now named them within my extras, so I know which one's which. And my zombies get their hit dice. It's the creatures and they have hit dice.
Oh, wow.
And they're back to full health. Because I love them.
So, it is the following day.
We can roll for hit points to recover.
Yes, I think you'll
I'm going to roll.
do fine, but
I don't need to roll because I only took like 4 damage.
Yeah, that'll do.
Whoa. That's ridiculous.
Yeah. Barbarians.
Wow.
Insane.
That's some
That
good
was only
rolls.
4 of them. I got another 2.
I mean, on a long rest,
Yeah.
you use all of them, so...
Yeah.
I mean, even Devvie, I think it's an autofill for you.
So it
I
is
don't, you can roll. Sorry, not Devvie, Des.
okay.
Yeah, 'cause I got 68 plus 2, so
Yeah,
I need to get 10 to get full.
yeah. I think it's. I think it's quite unlikely that you would get anything less than 10. But I mean, you can roll if you want.
It's
prove me
quite
wrong.
unlikely, Sean. But then this is Dungeons and Dragons.
That's true.
There's 6 ones.
Yeah. Okay, well, yeah, it still could have happened. Okay.
Yeah. That was actually quite
You
a
had a
good.
really good night's rest.
Yeah, I feel very rested after my swim.
After being bitten in the fucking face by a shark.
No, it wasn't the shark that bit me. It was the spear did the damage.
Yeah, I suppose it was the crit that almost fucking annihilated you.
Was the crit that gave me shit?
Oh, imagine if you had been petrified.
I would have sunk to the bottom to be
Yeah.
a statue on the
Motherfucker.
Yeah.
be a statue on the floor of the sea.
But
'Cause
we
interestingly-
would never have known.
Interestingly, he wouldn't actually be dead.
No,
Just petrified. So if you could
Yeah.
have recovered him somehow.
We'd have had to be going back to Goat's Head to that fucking chapel again.
Anyway,
Then another fuck.
as I said, it is the following day. What would you like to do? Oh, you know what? Quickly jump to this map.
So after breakfast,
I'm just going to say that you're
oh, down there now.
down
Nice.
here.
Again, unless anything needs to be said at breakfast or anything, at breakfast,
Did you want to ring the bell to get all the crew up?
I guess do the morning thing. Yeah.
Yep, thaumaturgy the bell.
Oh.
You have got
right,
a bell
okay.
now.
That's what he meant.
he's been desperate to play with that.
Yes.
Yeah, thaumaturgy the bell and get the crew.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you my plans for the day anyway, and then things can happen, breakfast conversation, etc. afterwards. But Devvie's plan for the day is literally to decant all the blood from the corpses into the barrels, and then once they're drained, he's going to actually, right, I've got an idea. Right.
God.
So, no, this is good. I think what Devvie's going to do is he's going to take a day. He's going to take a rest day. So when everyone is up and he knows that the crew is all on deck, he and Corkwood are going to go down and string up the corpses over the barrels and set them to draining. And then he's going to say, leave it a few hours, I'm going to bed.
Fair.
and he's going to try and get his long rest.
All right. So I'm going to say it's going to take you like an hour or so, maybe, just to do what you wanted to do. So, but as mid-morning sometime, you're going to have the opportunity to go and lie down if you want. Yeah.
Yep. Cool. I will go and do that then. So you guys can carry on.
Anybody else?
I'm going to, if I'm not particularly needed by the captain, attempt to do some spells from my jawbone. But
Okay.
we'll come to that when everyone else is finished.
I will sail the ship.
Desi, did you have anything?
See, not really.
It's okay. You don't have
Yeah,
to.
no, I don't think
you'll-
anything happened.
Your brew is brewing, so
Yes. I mean, I guess it's not going to be ready today, is it?
no, it's 3 days.
Yeah.
So okay, in that
No.
case, go on.
I'm about to say I'll just check on it, make sure the temperature's okay. Make sure the yeast is fermenting properly, and
Give it a rub.
give it a good rub.
Yeah. Okay. And what position will you be taking the rest of the day? You going to be up in the crow's nest again, or up in the rigging at least?
That's again, yeah.
Okay. Lani, can I have a D100 then from you, please?
What fuckery are we going to have today?
72.
Ah, okay. Okay, Des, can I have a perception check from you, please?
Indeed. Perception. That's going to be a 8.
Okay.
I don't think I'm the best guy to be up here, guys. I keep rolling low on my perception. I got +3.
It's not your fault. The dice are not being kind.
Did you want to swap?
Yeah, I can't get out there, Des. Don't
Yeah.
think it'll take my weight.
Who was it? Who's the other rigger that we got? The little gnome guy.
Conqueror?
Yeah. I think I'll be up there for a while. I'll be looking around, just starting to feel slightly agoraphobic. So, oh my god, it's just so big and empty. It's just nothing but space. Space, as far as the eye can see. Yeah, no, I don't like this. No, Conqueror,
Yes, sir.
do you mind nipping up on the crow's nest, please?
Oh, yes, of course. Okay. You can see him. He looks a little dishevelled. He's removed his purple over jacket. He's just now in his shirt, this flimsy shirt of his, which is a little bit.
You know what,
Sweat's
Conqueror?
drenched.
I think you might need to get some better attire next time we hit a port. I don't think your regular kind of threads are really appropriate for the seafaring life.
Oh yes, of course. Well, I do know what you mean. Yes, yes, okay. I will pay heed to this suggestion.
It's not, not criticism or anything like that. I just think you might feel a bit more comfortable.
No, I would have liked to have purchased some. To have expanded my wardrobe slightly, but I was a little short of funds.
Oh,
Good,
well
so-
done. Oh, yeah. Say no more. Say no more. And I'll give him 2 gold. I don't know how much clothes will cost.
It'd get you something.
Yeah.
He takes
Here
it
you
for
go,
you. Oh, thank you. I'm sure I can get something with this.
They're short on funds because we haven't fucking paid them.
Yeah, I just gathered that. Yes.
We paid him at Blood Cove.
That's true.
That was a fucking while ago.
Yep.
Yeah.
But you don't know what Concubar did with his
Yeah.
money.
Ooh.
Nope.
Hmm.
Oh.
go.
So,
Yes.
but he takes the coins gratefully, and even more grateful, it seems, heads up into the crow's nest where he can do a little bit more standing around rather than hard labour.
What was it he was doing before?
He was rigging, he was pulling ropes.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, I will take over his role.
Conkybar's actually, I think you noticed this back on the wall, as far as climbing goes, he's quite nimble. But he just struggles pulling on some of the heavy sails. He's not the most powerfully built sailor.
Let's hope he's more perceptive than I am.
Well, let's have a look, shall we?
Ooh.
I shall roll. Very nice.
Very nice, very evil, yes.
Where's his token? Okay, it's done it hidden. Okay. Alright, so a bit mid-afternoon. You do actually hear Conkybar calling down. To you, Lani. Captain!
Yeah.
Captain! He waves.
Yep.
I see a ship off the port bow. It's just at the horizon there.
As a
Any
quick note, before
style of
we
ship?
go any further, quickly,
Oh, sorry, Torrin wanted to do a spell.
how long does that mean that I've been in the thing
You've
doing
had-
a spell?
Yeah, I forgot about you. You've had hours.
How many hours? It's specific.
Well, I said mid-morning and now it's mid-afternoon, so at least 4?
Okay,
How many do you need?
6.
Okay.
Can I
let's
come
just-
back to it later? Is it something I can split into chunks?
I would just say yes.
Wonderful. That's all right then.
But we can still... No, actually, what spell is it?
It's a 3rd level spell.
Yep,
So-
what is it?
Slow.
Okay, we'll do it.
I need 6 hours to do it.
Okay,
So
then you've had 4.
Yep.
Okay. So yes, Lani, Conkybar is pointing in a southerly direction. And if you look now that he's pointing, it's a little bit difficult. I mean, he's quite a bit higher than you. You can just see like a pinprick of something on the horizon.
With that, Lani will actually kind of shout out, Torrin, are you free?
give me a second. And you would see hurriedly shuffling papers and grumbling, and I would come out the captain's quarters and sort of shout up from where it shows me now. What's up?
Conkybar just said he's seen a ship. I don't know. It's whether something we want to investigate. I mean, if it's a merchant vessel of some kind, then
Immediately casting Thaumaturgy and shouting for Tally and Albert to come to the ship's wheel.
Okay, they both join you
Coming
momentarily.
up. Conkybar, see the ship. Conkybar, any colours?
I can't see anything from here.
Fucking short-ass gnome.
Albert says,
All right.
no, it is a bit far away. Let's just
Have we got like
veer a
a-
little bit.
We've got a spyglass around anyway.
Yes, everyone just kind of looks at each other.
I don't have a spyglass.
Right. Well, being up in the rigging already, I'll get up into the crow's nest with him, and because he's now pointed it out, I will see if I can make out.
You
What
can
colour?
see it with him pointing out. You can see it, but I just mean at this distance, other than being able to recognise it as a seafaring vessel,
Yeah.
you can't really tell what it is.
All right.
anybody that can see Lani at the wheel, he's put his hands up to his eyes like a pair of binoculars.
Captain,
I can't.
shall we sail closer and then make a decision when we've got a bit of a better view?
Yeah, I think that's for the best. Let's do that. Wheel turns a little bit to sail over towards the
Okay, so
direction.
if you adjust your course slightly
Yep.
over the next half an hour, you start to veer slightly towards it, enough to get a better view.
And is this ship actually moving, or is it like the last one we found?
No, it's definitely sailing. You're kind of moving parallel to it. That's what I mean. So over like the half an hour, although you're heading in a roughly the same direction, that you're kind of moving parallel until you get closer. Until Albert eventually says, "Looks like a Absalom flag to me."
Oh yeah, Epsilon. What's that one mean?
What does that mean for us?
Absalom is a country which is part of the northern continent. So
So they're
from
not
this,
friends of ours. Good.
no, it's Absalom is a. Give me a roll.
What role do you want?
I guess just intelligence.
I will give you an intelligence roll.
Sorry, did you say it was a dwarven
A
country?
natural fucking 20.
Northern.
So
Oh, northern.
Absalom immediately rings a very clear bell in your head, Torrin. Absalom is known as the city at the center of the world. It is, you know it as this fairly large, impressive city. It's almost a state upon itself. Very large city. And as I said, it is in the northern continent. And as far as you know, it's on an island in the middle of a very large... They call it the inner sea, because it's a kind of sea which is almost surrounded on all sides.
Okay.
And this Absalom is kind of on an island in the middle of it. A fairly wealthy city-state. And you can see now the almost sky blue coloured flag with some golden design within it. It's still hard to make out from this distance, but it's something you would have seen before. And now that Albert says so, you put two and two together, and you think he's probably right, that this looks like an Absalom flag.
They're a very wealthy country in the north. It's a potential to be quite lucrative.
Yeah, it's probably a merchant ship, I'd say. They've not really got any other reason to be around here.
And how armed are these merchant ships normally, from your experience?
Well, generally a merchant ship will have some sort of security on it, just in case, but I mean, most of the crew will be simple sailors, so... And it doesn't look to be a particularly large ship.
So an easy mark.
Well-
Or an easier.
If you let us fight with you this time, then
Oh, definitely. This is not a fight we would want to take on our own.
well, I'm up for it. I mean, I saw the I don't know about sailing, but I saw you guys fight back at Goat's Head, so at least I know you can do that.
We can definitely do that. That's the reason we got the ship in the first place.
Well, I'm up for
We moving on it then, Captain? What do you reckon?
Rich?
it. And he's pressed this mute button, perhaps.
Captain?
Yep. Apologies. Yeah. Never answer for fuck. Yeah, I reckon we go for it. I mean, Albert, what is the best course of action here? Do we just go front assault, or do we? What's the best way? Do you think?
well, we have the slight advantage that we have quite a nimble ship, so if we just kind of cut into it, we can probably cut it off.
Can I see how many masts they've got?
Yes, 1 second. It's got three masts.
Okay. We don't want to take this ship. We want to go in, take their shit, and leave.
Yeah. There's no way we can manage a bigger ship than this, is there? We struggled with the last one.
Well, I might be able to stop them moving.
Yeah.
If we don't care about the damage to the ship, I might be able to stop them moving. But I've got to get fairly close.
Yeah, I mean, if you've got an idea, Torrin, then yeah.
Oh,
let's go with
I've
it.
got more than an idea, and you'll see a couple of sparks just flit between her fingers on her right hand.
She's off again.
Oh, but it fucking works, doesn't it, Des?
Oh, yeah.
Decisions, Captain. Do we hit it?
I think we hit it, and then we hit it. Both ways.
I'm happy
You
with
hit it,
that.
you hit it, and then we hit it. Does that work?
Happy here. And I'm going to cast Thaumaturgy and step towards the wheel and shout to the crew. All hands, we have a target in sight. Absalom merchant shit off the port bow. Let's have a fight, boys.
Albert leans into you and says, "You're supposed to say, prepare for boarding."
They fucking know what I mean.
Lanny just shouts over the top.
What do you shout, Lanny?
Yeah. Prepare for boarding!
How many hours of sleep have I had at this point?
Not a full 8 hours.
Not enough.
Okay.
What?
Fine.
No.
I guess Dev kind of wakes up with the thaumaturgy ringing in his ears. He goes, "Oh, fuck's sake, already." Kind of gets out of his hammock, heads upstairs.
So, with the command given, the crew almost kind of take turns. I mean, we have to carry on sailing, but the best they can, when they have a moment, they start to... You see a number of them run below deck and come back, possibly wearing a piece of leather armor, carrying a weapon that they didn't have before.
Through the commotion, I'm gonna clutch the crystal in my pocket, and a sheen of black smoke will cover me and then dissipate, and I will cast mage armor on myself.
Okay. So, Lani, I assume you are now veering towards this ship in a more direct manner. So, we're going to do something here.
Ooh. Oh, I like
And
this.
it's actually, I think, a 4th edition mechanic, but I'm going to treat this as a skill challenge.
Excellent. Let's do it.
So, seeing as that you have the advantage of the fast ship, it's going to be a little easier than it would have been normally. Basically, you're all going to take turns. The order you can choose, but once somebody has done, let's say, a skill or an action, they must wait for the other 3 to have made theirs before they can again go. Yeah? Is that clear?
Yeah.
Each
Sure.
time, you must think of a way that you could... Well, what could you do in this situation to benefit you? It's your decision, and it's up to your creativity to decide what skill you're going to use and how you're going to use it. In certain circumstances, I would also accept an attack or something of the like. But basically, I need 3 successes from you before 3 failures.
Okay.
So it's almost like death saves in this case,
Okay.
because it's 3 and 3.
This will be fun.
And depending on your idea, is going to affect the DC. So for a general, just if you have a decent idea, it's going to be a DC of 15. If I think your idea is a bit out there, and I don't believe that your methods are going to be that effective, it's going to be a DC of 20. And if they're really fucking weird, it's going to go up to 25.
Okay. Cool.
So,
Yeah.
Lani, you have turned the wheel. You are heading into the direction of the ship. And I think you can only assume that they've now spotted you, because you see them adding more sail. So, who would like to go first?
If I may,
Yeah.
Yes.
I would like to.
As I said, don't forget, once you've gone, Torrin,
Yep,
everyone else has to go before you can go again.
that's
And
fair.
you cannot repeat something that's already been done.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah, you can't all do the same thing. You have to use a different skill, a different idea.
Yep, that is fine. I am going to shout for Sandara.
Aye!
And I will get her to come to the ship's wheel, and I'm going to ask her, Sandara,
Yes.
we need both of our gods on side for this one. I want you to pray for the crew,
Okay.
and I'll pray for the ship, and we're going to slam these bastards. You got it?
Okay.
And I'm going to put my hand on my put one hand on my my blade. I'm going to cut my hand, put the customary 2 gold pieces in my hand, and I'm going to pray to Merkel for swiftness in battle and help for our enemies to get to the afterlife.
Okay.
And as I'm praying, I'm going to take my bloodied hand and apply my war paint that you see in my pictures of Torrin.
Mm-hmm.
And if I
Lovely.
may, I would like to
Yes.
try a religion check to see if the gods are on our side.
Okay, I was like, where's he going with this? But yeah, okay. In this case, I will accept. I'll accept religion. I quite
As
like
our
the idea.
as our cleric prays to Besmara, and I pray to the god of death, Merkel. My religion check is
That's a DC 15.
a 16.
So you stand there, the bloody coin in hand, correct?
Yep.
You see Besmara, she turns, she draws her cutlass. You see her jump up onto the rail holding a rope, and then you see her staring intently at the ship in front of you. And you see her starting to mouth words. Her eyes almost close as she's speaking whatever words she's speaking to Besmara. And with that, you feel a slight, cool wind, in fact, but you feel this wind kind of pushing you slightly forward from behind. And
Fuck
you get the
yes.
sense that something is on your side today. So we have one success. Who would like to go next?
I would like to
Okay.
go next, please.
All right.
Yeah,
Carry on.
That's okay. Is that right, Troy?
Oh, absolutely. You carry on, mate.
Okay.
I mean, well, I thought about having you roll an initiative order for this,
Oh, okay.
but well, I thought about it. I decided against it in the end.
Okay.
But let's do it this time without, and maybe we can talk about it afterwards.
Yeah,
Perhaps
yeah,
think
yeah.
about doing it next time.
Yep.
But,
Going forward. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so first of all, a small thing. I'd like to look up at the mask. Is the bonnet on? I guess it isn't.
I think once he's given the command to make chase,
With
then
someone's
yeah,
already done it.
everything.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
What I would like...
Although Were you going to use that as your check?
No.
Okay.
No, I was just going to command them to do that before I make my check. But I am going to stalk around the deck, and I'm going to try to gauge the nerve of each individual crew member. So I'd like to use my insight to see who's excited for this, who's absolutely bricking it and probably needs a pep talk, and who might be a liability in a fight. So I'd like to use.
Is this your check for the skill check for
Yes.
the? Okay, I completely understand what you're saying. I completely understand how the pep talk would be beneficial to the situation.
But the insight.
But spotting who needs it
Yeah.
wouldn't necessarily.
Okay. In that case.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. In that case, what I will do. See, the only problem is, out of the two influencing skills, intimidation is my higher one. So I'm gonna get my dragon skin dagger out, and I'm gonna start kind of like doing little flourishes with it in my hand and walking around the deck, and I'm gonna start kind of egging everyone on. So
aggressively.
So yeah, I'm gonna be like, man, I can't think of things to say now. Now I'm in it. Fuck. I'd just be like really aggressive, like, come on, put your fucking back into it. You gotta catch these bastards before the sun sets, otherwise we fucking lose them. And think of all the fucking booty that'll disappear over that horizon. Come on, hurry the fuck up. And I'm gonna use my intimidation.
Okay.
Hopefully. Ooh, no, 14. I'm sorry.
That's okay, because that plays very nicely into what I want to do.
Okay, good.
Right. First of all, though, this will be like a two-parter type thing. I can see Sandara having, muttering under her breath, and I can see that Torrin is putting a war paint on. Can I use my minor commune to ask Desmara whether she is with us?
I mean, you have the ability to commune basically a yes or no question once a week.
Yeah.
So yes, but this.
Yeah, no.
To
I
do the
know.
check, I need a roll.
Right. Okay. Well, this is the first part of it.
Okay.
This isn't my check yet. This is setting it up. So, I'd like to use my minor commune to ask Desmara directly. Are you with us on this, our first sortie against an actual enemy?
So you close your eyes and for a moment just picture her face in your mind and you ask the question, at which point you feel like a small gust of wind breeze across your face, and as it does you pick up this slight smell which you hadn't been conscious of at the time, but it instantly brings you back to the moment when you were stood on her ship. This weird mix of like perfume and whiskey and spice, and the picture of her that you envisioned in your mind suddenly becomes more clear, and you have the sense that she's saying yes.
Excellent. So I will feel emboldened by this. I am now quite certain that my patron is here with us, and I'll walk up behind my brother, put my hands on his shoulders, and say, "Oh, bruv, you can catch a lot more flies with honey than vinegar."
Mm-hmm.
And I will hop up here on the castle, stone castle.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
and I will address the crew from up here, arms out wide, and I will say, "Ah, ladies and gentlemen, the time has finally arrived. We are here on our very first sortie against an actual living, breathing other ship. This is the first step to our infamy. This is the first step on our road to glory. We are going to show them who we are. People are going to be singing songs about this for the next decade, right? I want you all to rise up. Give me a cheer." And I'm going to use performance.
Okay. I actually quite like that, so I'm going to say you can roll this with advantage.
Oh, thank you very much.
Nice.
Advantage, performance.
Performance. Oh my god!
Wow.
Oh no.
Wow.
That sucks. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
dude.
So the people stood like next to you, Lani and Torrin, can hear you clearly, and seem to be quite
Shouting
animated
into the
by
wind.
this. Yeah, but you're just looking ahead, mostly at the back of the heads of the crew, which are looking forward.
Yeah.
And you realise that, a lot of what you just said was probably lost on the wind.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no 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 no. Right, well that's my turn.
Lani, that brings us to you.
God, it rests on my fucking shoulders now. Okay, so being at the wheel without much that Lani can do, really, and without doing something that's already been done again, I would like to perceive sort of the best route in, as in going to the starboard, going to the port, which way looks potentially slightly easier. As in,
mean
are
looking at-
all the... Yeah, looking at the enemy ship, does it look like slightly easier access on one side than the other? Or is it the same both sides? And then looking at our ship as well, kind of judging which is going to be the best route of approach. I would like to make like a perception check. Do it that way.
Okay, I mean, if you're looking also at like the water itself, looking for any riptides or anything like that, then okay, I would accept that.
Okay. Be perception.
Come on.
That's a 12.
That's 12.
Wow, we suck at this.
Yeah, let me just check something.
I think that's three fails.
No,
I'm
it's
sorry.
Yeah, but
You suck at this. I passed.
this is a group project. This is not an individually scored. So if three of us fail and one passes, unfortunately we all fail.
Fuck you, I passed.
let me double check something. I think I may have given you the wrong DC because I was thinking of Pathfinder DCs.
Well, unless it was 8, I still fail on mine.
No, a 5e, the 5e equivalent DCs are slightly lower than Pathfinder, and I do actually have a conversion table here. And in that case, I think Devvie's would have been a pass. Where is
That would help, certainly.
so DC converter? So for a DC skill of 15, actually says here a DC of 15 in Pathfinder is only a 13 if it's a skill check.
That's cool.
That does mean
That works.
Devvie passed.
That means 2 and 2.
Yeah, and because it would be
great.
an awful shame for you to fuck up your very first.
Well,
Hey, it still
means-
could happen.
Yeah, so I'm going to give you guys one last shot.
so I mean, as the other two have passed, does that mean it comes back to me?
Or does it
No,
come
no,
back
it's
to me at the start?
No.
it's basically all of you again. I would
Okay.
say. Oh, yeah. See, this is something I'm just trying out. I've never done this before, so
Go twice
I don't know
around,
what.
don't we?
Yeah, we go back again. The question is whether everyone is now free to do it, or if it's Torrin because she went first. Which I'm now actually leaning towards saying, yeah, it should be Torrin because it's her turn. Because she went first.
Well, okay. I will give it a shot.
Oh no.
I can do it.
Now I have.
Do it. What we said.
I have two ideas, but one of them's
Hit it.
one of them's more intimidation, so I can't really go for that. So
This can be an attack as well. Did you say?
Yeah, depending on the circumstances, I would accept.
What
Like,
are you
maybe
going
an
to attack?
How far away are we? How far away are we?
Well, I'm going to say you are gaining. You have gained on them.
Not close
What's the
enough
actual
for
distance?
an actual attack, though.
That some of us do have ranged options.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, see, I don't want to make a metagamey decision now. No, I mean you've made 2 successes, so fuck it. I'm just going to say 150 feet.
that's further than I can go. All right, then I guess I am going for. I'm going to aim for an Arcana check.
An Arcana
Bye.
check.
I'm going to pull my spell book out of my holster, and I'm going to pull it open to the page with lightning bolt in it, and I'm going to begin tracing the runes and beginning to feel the power flow through me as I go through the motions of casting this spell, visualizing what I want to see, which is that middle mast fucking falling into the water after it's been hit directly with a lightning bolt. And I'm going to trace the runes, and I'm going to allow the sparks to slowly pass between my fingers. And if you're happy with this, I'm going to try an Arcana check.
I'm going to be very honest and say I'm not happy with that. Because
Okay.
it feels like you're trying to cast a spell that you don't have by using a...
I have Lightning Bolt.
In that case, I'll
Lightning
just
Bolt
say...
is the spell I'm going to use as soon as I'm 100 feet away from the ship.
Okay, let's just say you're gaining, and once you're within 100 feet, I'll allow you simply to make an attack roll using your lightning bolt. Because
I mean,
I'm
it's
not
a
happy with
saving
using-
throw by the ship
Oh, for
rather
fuck's
than a roll from me.
And you're aiming for the ship.
I'm aiming for the ship's masts, but it's a saving throw to take half damage. So how do you want me to try something else?
How did you
No, let me just think about this. Because, like, what would the save be?
It's a
Even for-
dexterity saving throw from the ship.
Yeah. What?
Ship,
Dive out the way.
ships have stats.
Yeah, I'm just looking now whether they actually have whether they have saving throws.
I don't know whether they have proficiencies, but they have stats.
Sailship, blah blah blah, strength. Well, okay, yeah, it has a dexterity of 7, which is a -2. So I guess its save would be a -2.
Yeah.
But in this case, because I can't allow an automatic hit success, I'm going to say if it's success, it's successful if it fails. But if it's successful, then then you fail. You know what I mean? Even if it takes half damage, I'm going to say that's a fail. Full damage is a success. Otherwise,
Okay.
it would be an automatic success. You know.
I'm okay with that.
So, what DC do I have to make?
You have a dexterity DC of 16 to make.
Okay, and I'm rolling with a -2.
You are rolling with a -2.
So, and you're aiming for the mast of the ship. Yep.
I'm aiming for the mast to fucking decimate the bastard.
Okay. So, do you jump up on the side?
I
Raise your
will.
hand.
I will indeed jump up on the side, have one hand on the ropes and one hand outstretched in front of me, and you will see sparks begin to connect all of my fingers, and I will scream with unholy power as I fire a lightning bolt from my outstretched hand at the mast of the ship.
$11.
And your roll was an 11.
Okay.
And my damage is 34.
Big bada boom.
Big, bada fucking boom.
Okay. You see this spark flash through the sky. I mean, it's daylight, it's afternoon, but still, it's searing as it rockets from one ship to the other. In an instant, there is an almighty crack, and you see the mainmast of the ship you're chasing crack in the middle and start to lean to one side. You're close enough now to see the splinters start flying off. The mainmast is damaged, and the ship comes to an almost, not an immediate stop, but you see its speed slow dramatically. At which point, Lani, you're able to turn the boat, slinking alongside it. And as you do, the sailors start throwing over their grappling hooks. And you are able... Well, you've been successful in chasing
Nice.
and catching
Fuck
the ship.
yes.
And you may now board at your leisure. So, give me 1 second. Just need to position your men.
I would have been down there.
1 second.
No, I would have still been up there. Never mind. Ignore me. Ooh. Oh shit, me.
So. Now, I realise you have a whole crew. But I'm not going to simulate a massive battle with that many people every time. So what I'm going to do is I am going to split the enemies that you have by your basically your CR basically as a group and the CR of the rest of your crew. I'm going to have the enemies of the ship basically split proportionally between that. So
Okay.
the more crew you have, the less you will have to fight, because I'm just going to concentrate on you guys fighting. Does that make sense?
That makes
Absolutely.
total sense, yes.
So, but to make it a little bit real, I'm going to say, well, it makes sense. The worse you do, the longer it takes you to fight, the worse it's going to be also for your crewmates. If any of you are ever reduced to 0 hit points, whether you die or not, that is going to be a death for one of your crew. And I will just have one selected randomly
Okay.
from
Well,
the,
shit.
the crew that we're fighting.
No pressure.
Whenever one of you
Love
is
it.
reduced to 0.
Love it.
And I have a random spinner thing
Nice.
Excellent.
to do that.
Clear the turn order.
Yep, I am doing it right now. It is cleared. So, and with that, I'd like you all to roll initiative, please.
Fuck yes!
Oh, come on!
Oh, come on.
Really good.
19!
6, 6, 19, 4.
Yeah, but Torrin's all pumped up because she just...
Yeah.
Fired a lightning bolt at a ship!
I'm still sulking because no one heard my speach.
Holy shit, how fucking good are you rolling on their initiatives? My god, man!
They
Yeah,
saw
can
you
you stop
coming.
that? Can you stop that, please?
I didn't... Actually, I did roll very well, didn't I?
Yes.
Holy
I mean, it
fuck,
looks
you
good.
did.
It looks good next to yours, but I mean, that's partly your fault.
Unless they
You're
come
right.
onto our ship, they can't do fuck all.
Fucking hell.
says Lani, as the bodyguard on the opposite ship raises his crossbow. So, Lani,
Yes.
this first one's coming at you.
Yes.
15!
Not it. Shoot straight past.
Step off.
Second one, he is down here. He is going to fire up towards... Oh no, you're up there, and he's down there. So he's going to fire at you, Des.
Okay.
A 23!
23 would hit, but I'm going to use my reaction to deflect
catch it.
missiles. Yes.
Go for it.
Fuck yeah.
Right.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah! Hurrah!
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Brilliant! Oh, wonderful! Isn't that great? Yeah.
What a waste. Why is it
Double
plus
damage,
4 plus...
surely.
Why is it plus 4 plus 5?
It is +5 because it's my Dex modifier +5. My monk level.
Ah, okay. Okay.
Alright.
Yeah, you...
But
like...
I catch it, and you know what? I'm going to spend a key point to throw it back.
Oh
Okay.
man, I thought that was to throw it back.
Double damage.
Oh,
no, that's
double
just to catch it.
No, it is. So basically, it's just a throw. I don't have a throw option, so I'm just going to do unarmed strike because it's within 20 feet, so it should be the same thing.
It's Dex. Is your strikes Dex?
Yeah.
Yes.
because
Yeah,
he's a
then
monk.
Then it's fine. And it's within 20 feet, so...
Yeah. Yeah, just be a regular unarmed strike.
Oh my god!
You beautiful bastard.
2 natural 20s in a row.
Ow. That's amazing.
So that will be 11 piercing damage as I catch the bolt out of the air as he fires at me, spin on my heel, and just do a kind of flick backwards with my hand to throw it back at him.
I was just picturing exactly the same thing. like you're catching it and then spinning and then throwing it almost backhand.
Yep.
Is that what you meant? Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. And for the guard who shot does not understand what just happened. He thinks he might have just shot himself somehow because the speed at which that just happened does not make sense to him.
Wait.
And he,
Oh, yeah.
huh?
Sorry. Yeah. Never mind.
Yeah, and he's now looking down at this crossbow bolt in his chest, wondering how he managed to shoot backwards.
Nice.
So, Torrin, you see this rather large dragonborn with this beige overcoat up on the stern castle. He is going to fire his crossbow at you.
I'm alright with that.
Slightly less so now.
20.
A 20 would hit, but as the bolt is flying towards me, a hand goes up and a black shield will deflect as I cast shield, raising my AC above
Two.
the attack. My AC is now 21 until my turn.
Until your turn. Okay. Oh. It's your turn.
Yep,
Our reaction's a bitch.
I'm fine with it.
Yep.
I am going to look at the Dragonborn. There's someone behind the Dragonborn. Can I see whether they look important or whether
You can
they are
see-
just
I
there?
mean, this dragonborn is quite a large figure.
Yes.
He's got a very broad shoulders and a barrel chest, and it's hugely angled. You can just see the quarter of a slightly dark-skinned woman over his shoulder who seems to be wearing some fairly decent clothing. It's, as I said, it's a little hard to see, and I don't think I can tell you any more at this second.
That's fair. I am going to look where this bolt has come from, and I'm going to step down the steps, sort of have 1 foot on the steps, 1 foot on the side. It's with Alt to sort of put myself there. I'm within this square, but just sort of for aesthetics. 1 foot up, 1 foot down, and I will scream out towards the 3 on the stern castle. What am I going to shout to you? Oh. I'm going to shout to you, lay down your arms or die to the crew of the Bloodwake. And I'm going to use both of my hands, rip down from the sky, and send another lightning bolt in a 100-foot line directly through them as I miss with how I draw things.
Okay. Do you want to roll first?
I am going to roll my lightning bolts, yes. 25 points. Oh, beauty!
Oh,
25 points as I throw this lightning bolt with both of my hands. This black lightning just skewering them, or at least attempting to. They have saves.
The first guy, is it save or nothing, or save or heart and half?
Save or half.
Okay, so the first guy.
You take 25 points of lightning damage.
He is blown aside as the lightning bolt
Beautiful.
Powder.
plows through him. The Dragonborn
Oof.
Will
Oh,
take
dear.
25 points of damage.
takes it squarely in the chest, but the lightning arcs around him and continues its journey to the woman behind.
Lord.
Who will take 25 points of lightning damage.
Oh man.
She was but a merchant.
She got fucked. I love it. And I will howl with excitement as a bonus action as I stand there with my coat flowing, the blood across my face, lightning arcing from my fingers, and a fucking grin going from ear to ear. And that's my turn.
It's really nice when you get to know her.
Very nice. Okay.
Die at the hands of the crew of the Bloodwake, bitch.
So, Devvie, this guard is going to fire at you.
Me.
At
Okay.
16.
16 hits.
That's 3 points of piercing damage as a bolt connects with you in a not too important place on your body, it would
Good.
seem. This one is going to now fire at you, Torrin, seeing as you just fried his friend.
That's okay.
A 15 will not hit, I guess, with your
A
mage armor.
50, mage armor puts me up to 16, so it
There
just
you
flies past my shoulder.
She did.
She very did.
Then let me just...
If I was missing any hit points, that would have healed me as well. It's an ability I always forget about.
What's...
Grim Harvest, the level 2 necromancer ability. If I kill something with a spell, I get the spell level's hit points back.
That's true. You never used that before.
No, look, normally I don't have any hit points lost when I kill something with a spell. It's twice the spell's level if I kill something, or 3 times the spell's level if it's a necromancy spell.
Okay, very nice.
But I've never had to use it because my meat shields always run first.
Devvie, that brings us to you.
Okay, right, so I have a level of exhaustion.
Wait.
So I should be doing stuff at disadvantage, I
Should have. You should have been doing stuff at disadvantage.
Including your your check.
Oh, yes. Oh, sorry.
Whoops.
Well, I mean, I didn't think about it either, so I can't really be...
I thought that this thing would roll it automatically for me, but I guess it didn't, so...
Nope, you have to select things.
Okay. Right.
Anyway, that is in the past.
Doesn't matter. It's in the past.
I think that this dude up here is probably going to be the problem and the dude to take out. Let me see. Yeah, I'm not going to get across there, am I?
I've just hit him with a lightning bolt. Hit the little guys.
You know what I'm going to do? I am actually going to move. I'm going to move through you, Torrin, or around you, up to here. And Dragon Boy needs to make a deception check.
Okay.
Against
Your insight is at disadvantage.
Yes.
It's an ability check.
That's 14 and 13, so he has to beat 13. It's deception. Oh, well, there we go. He had a natural 20.
Never fucking mind.
Never mind then. So this is just going to be a normal attack with my short bow. Are attacks at disadvantage as well?
Nope, just ability checks.
Okay.
That's not to the second level, I believe.
Okay.
Third level.
Oh, well, never
Attacks and
mind.
saving throws a third level of disadvantage.
Ah, okay.
Never mind for that either, because 8's not going to hit anything.
You hit the deck of the ship.
Yay. Pew!
The arrow thuds in and doing slightly, but does not hit its target.
Be like, it's been a long day, alright. Where did I move to?
You've
25.
been sleeping!
Okay, what
He's
I'm
still
going
a bit groggy, I think.
is just use the last bit of my movement to go here, giving Lani a nice straight line if he wants to jump across. And that's my turn.
Des.
Hello. Right, is this the one I threw the bolt back at? Oops, no, I'm on the wrong thing there. There we go. This one.
Is it Alt? No, it's this one.
Okay. Right. Okay. Right. Okay. I am going to use my bonus action to cast Hex on this one here.
Yes.
If you can mark him for me, please.
Yes, you give him an ability issue. Do you not choose one now?
I do indeed. Athletics.
That's not a good thing for Hex, is it?
It'll do.
What else have we got?
Doesn't it? Hang on. Isn't ability that you define by deception or athletics, or is it a
I don't know. It
strength
says,
dex?
it says chosen ability checks. Let me have a look at the wiki. Choose one ability when you cast a spell. The target is
Yeah, so it'll be strength, dexterity,
Oh, okay.
dex.
Yeah,
in
so-
that case, yeah, okay. Wisdom.
Okay.
No, strength. Yeah,
Sure.
strength. Yes, final answer.
Okay.
Okay. Right, so he is hexed. So I'm going to leap down.
Yes.
I'm going to board the ship, and I'm going to punch him in the face repeatedly. Yeah, that's what I do. So, first punch. 18.
It's
So that is 5 points of bludgeoning damage and 4 points of necrotic damage.
ooh, very nice.
Very nice, very evil. And the second one. $20 to hit. So 8 bludgeoning, 3 necrotic.
11 in total. Okay. So that's 2 square shots with your fists to his face, which is now bloodied and wobbling, but he's still standing.
Yeah, okay. That is my turn.
Ah, yes, you used your bonus action to cast Hex, so
Indeed
you
I
can't
did.
make an additional attack. Okay. Lani, that brings us to you. There's quite
Okay.
good music, by the way. I can't remember where I got this one.
Well, actually, Sean, if anybody likes the music they're hearing right now, it is available on Bandcamp. Search for Troyificus and you'll find that I've released an album of music, 10 tracks, in fact. The album is called I Want to Punch the Dragon! ! With wonderful art from the DM, Sean. Yes, so yeah, head on over to Bandcamp and search for me to find music like this and other stuff. Thank you very much for that shameless plug.
Yeah, you're very welcome. And after that, we're going to move on to Lanny.
Okay. Lanny will pull out the maul and quite casually turn to begin with, and then in a leap and a bound over the ship and straight to this dirty dragonborn here.
Dirty.
And he's going to aim for his face hole, which it is. So that is as a bonus action as he leaps over. Lanny does rage. The eyes burn red. He leaps across, staring down the dragonborn as he steps from ship to ship. And he will attack his face with a 24 recklessly.
Hit.
17 points of damage.
Okay. So now you're close to him. You can see he's wearing this beige kind of like, it's almost like a trench coat almost, but you can see it's been waxed to keep the water off. Underneath though, he's wearing some sort of like breastplate. You're not sure if it's metal though. It looks a bit unusual.
Okay, I will take attack number 2. Swing them all around once again. Second reckless attack. There we go. A 24 to hit for 11 damage.
So hits.
And
11 damage. That brings us to... Okay.
stares him down to end his turn.
Okay. He is still standing. So that brings us to the dead guy, who twitches slightly, and then it would be this guy. So seeing that you've jumped onto deck, Des, he's going to jump forward. Cutlass now in hand.
Aye.
22.
22 will hit.
That's 8 points of slashing damage then.
Alright. And I need to do a concentration check.
You do indeed.
Alright. Conk donk. Oh, come on!
Bye, Hex.
Bye, Hex.
That's the second time that's happened, isn't it?
Exactly, yes. I have used Hex twice, and both times it has dropped on the first. Never mind.
Okay, the Dragonborn.
What are you gonna do, Skate?
Wobbling from these 2 hits. He now actually finally... you've almost kind of spun him around, knocked his head back, and he now sees this fallen woman on the ground. And he looks back at you, Lanny, and he actually simultaneously raises his hands and takes a step back. And he says, "Stop! Stop! We surrender!" And you actually see him drop his sword, and he calls out to the rest of the crew, "Lay down your arms!"
That's fucking easy.
Torrin?
I am going to... Oh, this is mean.
Yeah, they've surrendered.
I know.
Let him do it. Let him do it.
Yeah, they do
Okay.
sit there.
Okay.
Torrin is also a massive cunt. So I am going to spin on my heels and evaporate in black mist as I cast Misty Step and appear behind the man surrendering. And I'm going to place my hand upon the back of his neck. And I'm just going to say, kneel in front of your new captain.
Ooh.
And if he doesn't comply, I'm going to use, on his turn, I'm going to use my held action to shocking grasp him.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
So, Devvie, the...
Yes.
Sorry, Des, the...
Oh. It's our fault, I know, I'm sorry.
sorry,
I'm not.
the guard in front of you, hearing the command, glances up to the stone castle and also you see him raise a hand. He raises his cutlass not in like a to strike you, but to like a in kind of a passive position, as does this guy here. The one in front of you looks warily at you, but makes no move to attack. In fact, he'll actually step back slightly if you were to allow him. That means, Devvie, you would be the next to act if you wanted to.
Right. I will turn and shout to our crew. Alright, Bloodweight crew, they're surrendering. Let them have their lives. And I will I'll put my cutlass back in its scabbard. And
Okay.
I will just watch for the moment from the stern castle of our ship. Oh,
Des?
sorry, it wasn't my cutlass that was out, it was my short bow, but you get it, I put it away.
Put it in your pocket.
Yeah.
Des?
I will remain on guard. I will hold an action. If any of them go to try anything funny, I will attack.
Lani?
So Lanny is currently still raging, but will step forward in front of this guy, and you see his eyes the rage does dissipate. He drops the rage and just leans forward. And is this guy knelt down, or is he still stood up?
He is, did I say he knelt down?
He hasn't
You
got to
haven't
his
told
turn
us
yet.
that
Hasn't
No,
got to
it's
his
not his
turn
turn
yet.
yet. He dropped his sword, but he didn't kneel yet.
So Lanny will step forward and actually put one foot on the sword, and I guess he's probably a good foot taller than this guy at least.
He's quite a large dragonborn. You're not towering over him by any means.
Okay, but I'm. How do you do that? I think I'm 7'10".
Jesus Christ.
Mhm.
I mean, he's well over 6 foot, so yeah, you might be...
7'8". 7'8".
Fuck me. Oh yeah, alright, he might be a foot taller than
So I stare down at him as the rage dissipates. There's that wasn't much of a challenge, was it? So, suppose if you're going to give up, then we should do the honourable thing and let you leave with your lives. But we'll be taking a few nice trinkets from you, I think.
If that's all you want to do on your turn.
Yeah.
That would bring us to him. He does now drop to his knees. He flinches slightly when you touch him, Torrin, but understanding the situation, he does drop to his knees. Lani, you can see panic in his eyes, but you also see that his eyes are darting to his right-hand side. And he just says, We surrender. Please just let me help her. And he sees you see him now glancing down to this woman.
Yeah, do what you must.
If I can actually take my turn directly after him as I am, I will say, you stay. I'll help her. And I'll reach down with one hand still on his neck. The other hand is going to reach down and touch whatever limb is splayed out from this person. And I will just cast Spare the Dying.
Okay.
She will not die while you comply with us. Do we have your word?
You'll have my word. I will do whatever require. Just, are you sure she will live?
She will live.
Okay.
Command your crew.
He turns back to the remaining bodyguard. I mean, yeah. Stand down. Stand down. We surrender completely. And although most of them have done this already at this point, they do all drop their weapons, step back, and the battle is yours.
Fuck yes.
Yeah.
Ho 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 ho.
Right, I'm going to turn to our crew and say, right, ladies and gents, you know what the next job is. Go through this whole ship. Anything small and valuable, nothing too bulky. The more valuable the better though. Get it onto us.
With that, Lanny will actually turn to Dragonborn and say, "What is it you're actually carrying on the ship? If you don't mind me asking now. We've become
It's most-
acquainted."
It is mostly manufactured goods.
Really?
The likes of...
We have tools, mostly a lot of tools.
Insight check.
Sure.
It ain't my strong suit, but I'll roll it. Yeah, I don't know if he's telling the truth or not. I rolled a 6.
Could I hear that from here, where I am?
Yeah, I guess.
Do you mind if I try an insight as well?
Sure.
19.
You...
Disadvantage.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's advantage, yes, of course.
Ah.
Sorry.
14.
It's still fucking double mine.
You think he's telling the truth?
Okay. I'll just kind of nod at Torrin. Because she's the one that's looking my direction-ish.
Yeah.
Lanny turns to him once again and says, "Who is she to you?
She is my captain.
Just paid. Are you just paid hand?"
I am paid to protect her life with mine. And I have failed her. And
She
he
is still
drops his
alive.
head.
You have not failed your charge yet.
You see him taking some deep breaths, breathing heavily, looking down, and now he actually, very slowly, not to alarm you, you do see him reach out a hand and rest it on her slightly, just to kind of feel that she is indeed breathing.
As per Spare the Dying, she is unconscious but stable.
Okay.
And will wake up in, he says, going to the button, 4 hours time.
Okay.
Unless something intervenes to give her extra hit points, she will wake up in 4 hours time.
Okay. So, the crew of the ship, which you now see is called the True Wind,
The True Wind.
have kind of huddled together in the deck. It's clear now that they had a handful of bodyguards, but most of the crew seem to be just simple sailors who didn't really take part in the fighting. The crew of the Bloodwake are absolutely fine. Albert just kind of shrugs at you and nods. Well, yeah, it was easy work. And as you ordered, some of the pirates have gone below deck and return and inform you that indeed the hold contains mostly manufactured goods, a lot of tools, some farming equipment, clothing, and some metals.
Metals
well as-
and clothing could be interesting.
Yes.
Need
Can
clothing,
we-
clothing for our crew. That'd be nice.
Well, depending if it's silks or anything.
Oh yeah, and that.
I wouldn't assume so with the rest of their cargo, but it could be worth something.
Well, I'm just going to tell you now that if you take everything that they currently have, which is, I mean, their hold is, to be honest, mostly empty.
Oh, okay.
But what you would take would fill almost half of your hold, as it's considerably smaller.
Yeah.
But you can see that, well, or you would find out, that the total value of the goods is 4 points of plunder.
Ooh, I like this idea.
Lads
Let me write
and lady,
that down.
do you, should we have a quick gander through the captain's quarters, or would
I think that's compulsory, isn't it?
I'll let you boys have fun with that. I'd like to have a word with our Dragonborn friend here and his crew, if you don't mind.
Of course.
for real?
I would also like to, whilst we're having this little discussion, I'm actually going to check her for valuables.
Okay. Would you like to make a check?
Yes. Oh yeah, of course. Oh. Maybe I should
Yeah.
let someone else do this.
No, you said it.
Okay. Investigation, isn't it?
Yes.
A
Yeah.
disadvantage.
Yeah, and it's only +2 as well, so this is going to be... Okay.
17.
Oh,
Oh wow, you
17.
did well.
Okay. So taking a closer look at her now, she was carrying a rapier, which she has, of course, dropped. But this seems to be, although nicely made, nothing of any unusual quality. She's wearing this fairly fine and thin yellow dress, which, due to it's very thin, so she's very easy to pat down quickly. And she doesn't seem to be carrying anything, but you do realise just at the end of your search, you almost missed it. She is wearing a bracelet, which is kind of tucked slightly up her sleeve, which is holding a key.
I will have that, please.
Ding, 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 ding.
No valuable necklace or anything.
No, she doesn't seem to be wearing much
Okay.
in terms of jewellery.
Okay, so I will take that. And you said there's a key on it, is there?
Yes, there is a key.
And the sword and the breastplate that the Dragonborn had or has, do they seem anything of a decent quality or anything that's of particular interest?
No, the sword he used is quite... It looks like it's been very well used, let's say. It's probably quite an old weapon he's had a long time. It does count as a great sword, though. And he is wearing some sort of plate armor, although just by looking at it, you can't really tell what it's made from. But the design and the metal plates tell you that it is some sort of plate, breastplate.
Okay.
You boys have fun below. I'm gonna chat to Scaly Boy.
That's who are. Okay. But, I'm actually going to, whilst we are plundering, who have we got? Who would be the best person to ask about how much this might slow our ship down?
Probably Albert.
Talia Albert.
Albert or Baylock? Because Baylock served on this ship, didn't he?
Yeah.
And he's isn't he like the carpenter? He's got.
Yeah, he's our carpenter.
Okay, I'll ask him and Albert how much this is. Like, is it worth taking all of it, or will it slow us down? Too much.
He will tell you that this is. I mean, it'll fill about half of the hold, but it's nothing that the ship can't handle. It will have a slight impact on its
Okay.
not so much the speed, but its maneuverability. But he says this is not nothing to worry about.
Excellent.
If you've completely filled the ship with heavy goods, then it's of course going to cause a little bit of slowdown. But he seems to have no concern with what you want to take.
Excellent.
If you
We'll
want to
take
take
the
it all.
whole lot then. And then I guess we'll do the captain's quarters over. And I'll try and find whatever it is that this key unlocks.
I've put on points of plunder onto my sheet, just for the record.
I've put those on mine as well, just to...
Alright. Double redundancies.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's not
two
a
is
bad
one,
thing.
one is
If,
none.
it's not a bad thing to if you both make note of it,
Yeah.
because then it won't get forgotten. So you wanted to explore the captain's quarters?
Yeah. I think we're all doing that, aren't we?
Apart from Torrin.
Apart
I'm
from
talking.
Torrin.
I'm gonna have a conversation.
Okay, cool. Right. The rest of us were going. Who else on our crew has an eye for detail? Is Conkabar quite... because he's a gambler, isn't he? Which makes me think he's some kind of a roguish type, maybe.
I mean, you don't really know.
No.
I think stick to what we know
Okay.
and stick to us.
Okay. Right. Cool. Do that then. Just the three of us then investigating.
Just the three of us. Right. Should we do it then that I'll do an investigation supported by Lanny, get advantage.
Yeah. Probably best
so,
idea.
yeah. You just rest your eyes, bruv. You
Yeah,
just,
yeah.
you know.
Those rolls were pure luck.
Well, unless you want to do the investigating, Lanny. I don't want to step on your
I think
toes.
mine is a 0, so no.
I mean, mine's only a 1, but it's still better than 0.
Yeah.
All right, then. Yeah. So we'll do an investigation in the captain's quarters, Mr. DM. So,
Okay.
and
Then roll away.
I shall do it supported by Lanny, so it's going to be at advantage.
Yeah.
Roll away.
Investigation. That'll be 19.
Nice.
That
Okay.
ain't bad.
So you spend a little bit of time rummaging around. You find, I mean, there's a lot of items in here, but the things of any real value, you find around 600 gold's worth of coinage.
Where's that?
You find a couple of gemstones, but you probably think they're only worth about 20 gold pieces. And you do find an interesting, what looks like a perfume bottle. But an interesting one at that.
Okay.
All right. Anything? Any kind of no locked boxes or anything of that description?
Now, the room itself was locked. You would have had to use the key to actually access it.
Oh, okay.
So
But,
that's pretty useful.
You didn't find like a safe or anything like that within the quarters themselves.
It might be worth getting Torrin in here before we leave. Get her to do a quick sweep. So, there's anything pinging her magical senses?
Absolutely. Yeah. Is there a rug on the floor at all?
No.
Okay. Right.
This perfume bottle. So, if I open it and sniff it, does it just smell like perfume?
It has a pleasant smell to it, yes.
Oh.
I mean, it smells perfumey,
Yeah.
certainly.
He doesn't trust. Right. I guess if we've concluded our search or are searching, Torrin can have her comms us.
if you guys are finished, then
Yep.
I will sit the Dragonborn down while he's looking over his friend, and I will stand in front of him, where Lani currently is, and just I'm not relaxing my stance. I am ready with lightning in fingers if something arises. But I will just lower my voice and speak to him. Say, tell me your name, sailor.
Iliax.
Say Biliax or Viliax?
Kiliax.
Kiliax. What I didn't pick. Kiliax. If I can have a spelling of that later, I would appreciate it. Thank you. Kiliax. And this lady to you, your captain. What is her name?
This is Lady Alzira. Vinilo Alzira.
And how long have you served under her?
For several years.
And thus the connection. You didn't seem like a typical sellsword to be upset at losing your charge. I knew there must have been a history there. And the crew? Are they new? Are they seasoned sailors?
He glances back to them and says, they are a mixed bag. Some of them have been working for Lady Alzara for many years like I. Others are new.
Just looking at him, very slowly, sort of looking him up and down.
You get the sense he just seems a bit dejected at the moment.
Yeah.
He's a sad panda.
Yeah.
He's a sad dragonborn. Oh. Sorry. Just imagining tears falling down his scales. I'll look at him and say, you are in no danger now. You and your lady will live, as will the remainder of your crew.
And for this, at least, I am grateful.
I will, however, give you and your crew a choice to make. We can leave you here with your broken mast and your dead to dispose of how you require. But I will give any of your crew the option to join the Bloodwake and serve under our leadership. That offer does also extend to you.
He looks up at you now, for the first time, like, really looking into your eyes and says, I will not be joining you. I am not a common thief. As for my men, they are free
As
to
he
do
says,
whatever they
common
desire.
thief, he will see the crackling of lightning as the hand starts to slowly go towards him, but not touch him. Common thieves, we are not. The Bloodwake is an enterprise. The Bloodwake takes what she wants. But the Bloodwake can show mercy. You would do well to remember that. Are we agreed?
He nods to you.
As you said, your crew is free to make their own decisions. I will say now, you particularly intrigue me. I have not met many warriors that can take the full force of Merkel to the chest and survive. Lightning from the sky and lightning from my hands are very similar. And you should be proud that you withstood the effect. I'll remember you.
You will also be very hard to forget.
That's the plan. Instruct all of your crew to come to the main deck and lay their swords in front of them. And I will address them directly.
He stands and does so. As I said, most of them have already dropped their arms and they're already huddled on the deck. So he basically just kind of beckons them to come a little closer and to stand fairly close to the stone castle in a tighter group. And they're now looking up towards you.
I'll cast Thaumaturgy. I'm presuming the rest of the guys are still in the captain's quarters at this particular moment.
Mm-hmm.
So I will just cast Thaumaturgy, presumably as they're about to come out.
Yeah, we're probably coming out soon.
Bloodweight crew, surround these sailors.
They do so.
Still keeping Thaumaturgy up. Crew of the True Wind. We have spared your lives. The Bloodwake can be merciful. But I have a proposition for any sailor who thinks they are strong enough. Some of you may be lucky enough to join the Bloodwake crew if you so desire it. Under the leadership of Captain Skullcrusher and the McCraes and myself, Miss Blackheart. Is there any among your ranks that wish to prove yourselves?
Make a persuasion check.
Come on, please be good. Oh! Fucking natural 20, you beauty!
22.
I thought it was going to be a 2.
Yeah, me too.
I was really hoping it wouldn't be.
That went on a journey.
It did. There were a lot of emotions in that dice roll.
Now, to be fair, under the circumstances, you are asking a lot.
Oh, yeah.
From these seemingly free men and women who have been working in an honest job. To ask them to leave that all behind and to basically partake in a life of piracy. I don't know how likely you expected your little speech.
Oh, I didn't expect much to come of it.
And as
but
you
the more I
say
say Bloodwake, and the more I say our names, our infamy should grow.
As you say your words, you can see amongst the crowd kind of looks to each other a little bit and some shaking heads, and you can see that for the majority of this crowd at least, they're not particularly interested in your offer. But after you finish and there is a few seconds pause, you just hear one voice pipe up, and it says, "I'll join you."
Do I see
No.
where it comes from?
Nope, because that's where we're ending tonight's session.
Oh, fuck! No! Damn it!
I knew it! I knew it! I fucking knew it!
You absolute pro.
Oh,
So,
God damn it, Sean.
Very good.
congratulations, the Bloodwake has taken their first ship.
Fuck yes! That was awesome.
I hope you enjoyed it.
Fuck yeah!
And,
yeah.
you actually managed to survive. It was actually not that bad in the end.
Thank you, Lightning Bolt.
So, would anyone else... yeah, my words are failing me. Would anyone else like to take us out this week? No? Okay. Then just the usual stuff. Thanks for joining us. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. If you're joining us live on Twitch, thank you very much for joining us. We are here every week at 8:30 GMT time. And in the meantime, you can find us on all of the social networks under TNT Nerds or a variation thereof. And once again, just wanted to mention that Troy has released an album on Bandcamp. It's called I Want to Punch the Dragon.
It's very good.
It's a 10-track album of battle-type music for your RPG. Oh, bloody hell, I told you my words aren't working anymore. For your RPG game, and I think we listened to at least a couple of the tracks this evening.
Yes.
So if you like what you heard, go head over to Bandcamp and check out Troyificus. Troyificus, I'm very sorry. I'll make sure to put in a link in the description of the video. So with all that said, I guess that's it. And thank you very much for joining us. We shall see each other next week.
Don't be a
And
dick.
everybody remember, don't be a dick.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.